Alright, time for the solution for the graphing linears inequality worksheet. So I had to write all the questions down because I didn't have a digital version of this. Anyway, so when you're going about these, graph the line that, imagine it said y equals negative 2x plus 5, and graph that line. So since that 5 is not with the x, that's our y-intercept, and we have a slope of negative 2, so that's down 2, right 1, and you can get points by doing that, just down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, and you just keep repeating. And you'll get these points here. And since this is greater than or equal to, we're going to make a solid line. So here's my solid line going through my points. At least it should be going through my points. And since that says greater than, we need to shade up above our line, which is this way. So this side of the line is the part that's shaded. Moving on to 2. The number not with the x is our y-intercept, so we're going to go right onto our y-axis and put a point there. The number in front of our x is our slope, so that'd be like going up 4, right 1, but we run out of graph up here. So let's go down 4, left 1, which is equivalent. I'm going to get that. You can do it again if you want to. And so now we have a pretty steep line here. This one says simply less than. And so it can't be equal to, so we're going to do a dashed line for our line here. And since it says less than, we're going to shade down below the line, which is on this side to the right. So that's why my shading is on this side. Moving on to 3, we don't have a number there that's not with the x, and so our y-intercept is 0. It's going to be right here, start here right at the origin. But we have a slope of negative 4/5, so go down 4, right 5, and you'll get another point. So here's a point right here. And this guy says simply greater than, so it's not equal to, so we're going to just use a dashed line to draw our line here. And since it says greater than, we need to shade up above the line. That's on this side. We're just going to shade it like so. Moving on to 4, this one has a y-intercept of 1 because that's the number not with the x. Here the x doesn't have a number in front of it, and so the number that is there, it's invisible, it's 1. So we have a slope of negative 1. That's like going from your y-intercept down 1, right 1 to get another point. And we can keep doing that, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1 to keep getting points. Or you can go the other way, up 1, left 1 to get points on this other side. Anyway, so there's a lot of points. You only need 2. Looking at our inequality symbol, that's greater than or equal to. Since it can be equal to, we're going to draw a solid line going through the points, like so. And since it says greater than, we're going to shade up above the line. That's this side. Moving on to 5, we have this inequality of y greater than 1. Well, let's start with our y-intercept. That's going to be 1, obviously, because y can be greater than 1, equal to 1. Well, every single point along this horizontal here also has a y value of 1. This is the point 2, 1, 1, 1, negative 3, 1. They're all 1. And so everything on this line here, this horizontal one, would be y equal to 1. We have a y greater than 1, but not equal to, so that's why I did a dashed line here. And greater than means you need to shade up. So we're going to shade, here I'm going to do it this way, shade this side of the line. Moving on to 6, right here we have a little inequality where negative 5 is the number not with x, so that's our y-intercept. I'm going to start right there. The number in front of x is 7/3, so you can go up 7, right 3 to get another point. And you only need 2 points to draw your line. We have y less than, so it's not equal to. And so we're going to use a dashed line to draw a line here. And since it says less than, we need to shade down below the line. So that's going to be on this side. Shade that real quick. And we'll move on to 7. Just pretend it says y equals negative 2x plus 2. That 2 would be the y-intercept. My slope is the number in front of x, which is negative 2, so I can go from my y-intercept down to right 1, and just keep doing that to get all of my different points. So down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. Or you can go the other way, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1. Okay, and this is simply less than, so it can't be equal to. We're going to make our line dashed instead of solid like I started there. We're going to have a dashed line. And since it says less than, we need to shade down below the line. That's this side. So we're going to shade that side, and that's how you got that linear inequality. Moving on to 8. This here is going to tell us all the information we need. The number not with the x is our y-intercept, so go to your y-axis right there to 1. And the slope is the number in front of x. Use that 1/2 to go up 1, right 2. And you can keep doing that to get more points. This line, it can be equal to, so I'm going to do a solid line there. Just like that. And it says greater than, which is up above your line. So I'm going to shade this side of my line. So those are the really quick ones. These later ones, 9 through 12, you have to solve for y first. To do that, I'm just going to add y to both sides. And while I'm at it, I'll move the 5 from the right side. So subtract 5 from both sides, add y to both sides. You'll get 3x minus 5 greater than or equal to y. And now I've solved for y. The number not with the x, the -5, is my y-intercept. The number with the x, 3, is my slope, so I can go up 3, right 1 to get another point. Up 3, right 1, up 3, right 1. I can get a lot of points that way. And this says that it can be equal to, so I'm going to use a solid line to draw that. Connect them up. And you can look at your inequality symbol. This says that y is less than, even though this says greater than, the left side's greater. So y is less than the left side, which is shading down below the line. So we're going to shade this away. And that'll bring us to 10. Also need to solve for y on this one. I'll just subtract x from both sides to get 2y less than -2 minus x, and divide everything by 2 to get my y by itself. Y less than, I didn't divide by a negative, divided by a positive, so that's going to stay the same. -2 divided by 2 is -1, and then negative x divided by 2 is -1/2 x. That should be more negative. Gosh, man, that's hard to write. Alright, and now I have this, I can graph my line. My y-intercept is just -1, right there. The number with the x is my slope, so I can go down 1, right 2, because my slope is -1/2. So down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. And this says that y is strictly less than, so it's not equal to. I'm going to use a dashed line to connect. Whoa, that curved way wrong on the land there. So I got my line, and this says less than, that's down below a line. So we're going to shade on this side of our dashed line. And that one's done. Moving on to 11. All you had to do this one to solve for y is just subtract 8x from both sides. So you get y greater than or equal to 4 minus 8x. So we're going to go our y-intercept to 4. And we have a slope, killer slope here of -8. So you go down 8, right 1 to get a point. So now I have 2 points. Y can be equal to, so I'm going to use a solid line for my line here. Just like that. And it says greater than. Well, greater than is up above the line. So if you take a point and go up, that would make it this side that we're going to shade. And then finally our last one, 12. You can subtract x from both sides to get -3y less than -9 minus x, and divide everything by -3. Remember, when you divide by negative, you have to change the direction of your inequality. So we're going to have y greater than, well, -9 divided by -3 is just going to be 3. And then -x divided by -3 is going to be a positive 1/3 x. Just like that. So I can use that number not with the x as my y-intercept. Put a point there right on 3. The slope in the number in front of x is slope. That's the slope of 1/3, so it's going up 1, right 3. Or you can go the other way, down 1, left 3. to get that says simply greater than, so I'm not equal to, so I'm going to use a dashed line for this. And it says greater than, so that'd be shading on this side. Just like that. And there's my last graph.